SBTV.
Hey, it's myself, Logan Sama, here for SBTV Games and Gadgets. We're outside Bob Forstner Cars in the heart of the West End. It's a beautiful day today, the sun's out. They've got Koenigseggs, they've got a Zonda, they've got Lamborghinis. What's better than to go for a drive?
Listen, look, forget worms in the end. I'ma go nuts from early. Short man, white man can't murder me. If my niggas come to your grip, it will be a 300 minus 113. Give a man time to do the math. Now you know I've been nuts from early. If the man wanna hang, put on the commands, torso look like a curly whirly.
So we're talking to Ross Gowing, who's the senior games designer of Grid 2, here surrounded by all these beautiful supercars and these amazing setups that we're involved with today. Ross, the first thing I want to ask you, and I'm sure everyone wants to know, putting together this game, there's such a huge variety of cars in there, but did you get to test any yourself?
No, sadly I didn't. But what we do is we get in professional racing drivers who have driven the cars in the game, and they work with our car handling team, make sure that we capture what each vehicle's really like in real life.
Excellent, excellent. There's such a wide variety of cars in this game as well. You've got the 70s muscle cars and up to the modern hatchback racers as well. How did you find, balancing the two so that, the older cars can really keep up with the brand new technology in the newer cars?
Well, we split the cars in the game into 4 groups, and within that group there's like a really wide spread. So you'll have classic Japanese cars racing off against classic American muscle, classic European, and some will be a bit quicker on the straights, some a bit quicker in the corners, but our guys have worked really hard to make sure they're all balanced over a lap. So yeah, players should be able to have a really fair fight no matter what car they want to pick.
The driving game market's really competitive. There's so many other titles out there at the moment, but Grid 2, I know you've put loads of different gameplay options and modes in there to try and keep it unique. Can you tell us a little bit about those?
So on the single player side, what we've done is we've given a bit of a narrative. So as a player, you become a global racing superstar through the World Series racing, and then we've completely separated off the multiplayer, where everything there you have to kind of earn and win on your merits. So it provides a really even playing field on that side of the game as well.
Going playing through the career mode really briefly, I noticed there's a mechanic, the flashback mechanic. Explain how that works and why that's in the game.
So the first grid came up with the original flashback, and for Grid 2 we've kind of worked with it, made it a bit slicker, a bit easier to use, so you can hit the button, it'll rewind time, and then when you sort of go back past your mistake, you can press the button again and keep on going as if it never happened.
So rather than having to continually restart, you can just literally wind the game back effectively.
That's right, yeah, you have a spin out or a crash on one corner, just rewind it a bit, get rid of that mistake, and off you go again.
So it helps you get that perfect lap.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
The new thing that has been launched is the RaceNet. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so RaceNet has been it's kind of appeared in its beta form in a couple of our previous titles, but this time it's all singing and all dancing. And 2 of the things we're really proud of is the rival system. It'll look around the world for other players who are kind of a similar level of ability to you and play at a similar time to you and match you up with them so you can compete against them. And then we have Global Challenge, which is 9 events every week that you can compete against your friends and your rival to see who can set the best performance across the whole thing.
So many different multiplayer modes. You want to go through some of those?
So one of the things we're really excited to bring to the table this time is live routes, where we take all of the tracks that we have within a city. So like today you'll have seen Dubai, and as you're driving around that, you never quite know what section of track's going to come up next. Around kind of the next corner, it'll switch out whether it's straights or a sequence of S's or a hairpin. So you never really know what's going to be there the next time you come around. So it stops your mate who's particularly good at memorising tracks from beating you every time, and it's all about who's the best driver in that moment and reacting to the challenge there and then.
So it really captures that sort of street racing aspect of having to react to what's going on and what's around the next corner, rather than that sort of F1 style of just memorising all the bends and that sort of thing.
Yeah, you've really got to be able to react to whatever racing line you can sort of see coming up ahead of you instead of just having a photographic memory.
cool. And the other thing I want to ask as well is, do you personally have one of those setups in your house?
I think I'd be forced to move out to make enough space for it. No, it would be awesome. No, I just have a steering wheel and pedals on a desk with a screen. So yeah, but I would love a hydraulic rig like the Massaro one. Yeah.
It's really weird getting used to it, because obviously sitting down playing it with the pad first of all, and then when you sit in that chair and the countdown starts and the lights go and you put your foot down and you can feel the gear changes and the steering wheel buck, and well, it's amazing. Is that something that's supported within the game?
Yeah, if you've got a £45,000 rig, then yeah, it'll work with it. But what we have done is we've been sure to balance the game off. Whether you're playing it on pad or whether you're playing it on a wheel, it's absolutely equal. You know, there's no advantage to one or the other, and we support such a massive range of wheels in the game as well. Everyone should be more than suited for whatever kit they've got.
And one more question, because we are SB Games and Gadgets. Aside from Grid 2, if there's one gadget in the world, no price matter, money's not an option, what would you have?
You know, it's like a hamster ball that you can play video games in, like the 360-degree rotational controller. Yeah, I want that.
So you can just lock yourself in and...
Yeah, could you imagine playing first-person shooter, running around in that? You'd get fit and have an awesome time. What's not to like?
Thank you very much, Ross. Cheers,
No
mate.
problem at all.
Much
Thank you.
appreciated.
Cheers.
So there you have it. That was Grid 2. It's out on the 31st of May on all console platforms. If you like your driving games, I definitely recommend picking it up. Loads of different cars on there. If you like your classic muscle cars, if you like your boy racer souped up hatchbacks, your European supercars, your classic supercars, they're all there for you to try out. So check it out, Grid 2 from Codemasters. And don't forget, make sure you subscribe, because we've got loads more content coming for you, SBTV Games and Gadgets. So click the subscribe button.
Subscribe to SBTV to keep updated on the latest releases and check out more of our videos below.